Trusting your gut feeling about someone can be difficult to do, can't it? And that's especially true if you've been hurt in the past. So if that's you, let me know in the comments. Let me know what's happened to you. Because my guess is you've been in a relationship where you thought you could trust someone, but then you found out that they weren't trustworthy. You thought they cared for you, but then they were abusive. You thought they were loyal to you, committed to you, but then they cheated on you. Does that sound familiar to you? Can you feel that pain? Today, I want to help you with this. I want to give you the tools that you need to be able to trust your gut feeling. And really what that is to be able to trust yourself. And in case you don't know me, let me introduce myself first of all. My name is Tawnya Kordenbrock. I am the person behind arenewedlife.com. I am an online emotions coach and a licensed professional clinical counselor. I have an online program called Mastering Emotions where I help Christian women learn how to manage their emotions, to love themselves, to feel loved by others, and to be able to walk in all the good that God has for them. Stay tuned till the end today, because I'm going to tell you about a free offer that I have for you. Now, the first thing I want to look at today with your gut feeling about someone is how it is formed. And I did talk about this in more depth in my previous teaching, and I especially looked at the impact of abuse on that gut feeling. So you will want to check that out and do that now and come back to this, or do it later. But either way, let me give you just a short summary of what the gut feeling is. And in that teaching, what I explained was how when we interact with others, we take in all kinds of information about them. We look at their eyes and what their eyes are telling us. We look at facial expression. We look at body language, and we weigh that together with someone's words of what they're telling us and also their behaviors, what the things that they are doing or not doing. And when that doesn't align, when something is off kilter with that, then an alarm goes off in our brains and in our hearts that something is wrong in this relationship, that something is going on that just isn't right. And that is going to cue our bodies. That's going to cause our heart rate to increase, and it's also going to impact the stomach or the intestines, and you're going to feel that there in your belly. That is why we say we have a gut feeling, because you really are having a physical sensation that is telling you that something isn't right here. But that gut feeling is also influenced by your past and how that you have come to view yourself, and whether you are worthy of being loved, whether you are capable of being in a relationship, and whether other people, your view of other people also, if other people are generally safe, if other people generally actually care about you, how you feel, and what it is that you need. All of that is going to come into play. That's going to influence that gut feeling about someone. And if you have any history with, including your childhood history of abuse or addiction, repeated infidelity, All of those will greatly impact your whether you pay attention to that gut feeling and what you do with it. And again, you can find out more about that in my previous teaching about the gut feeling. Now I want to give you 3 tips for checking your gut feeling about someone to see if it is accurate or not. And the first way you can do this is to ask a friend. Because someone else is going to be more objective than you are. They're not going to be as emotionally connected to this person, most likely. And so they will be able to see things more clearly. And the more lying that you suspect is going on in your relationship about the person that your gut feeling is giving you some indicators about, then the more people that you need to get feedback from. And here's why. Because if there's a lot of lying going on in this relationship, then that really has damaged your self-worth, and you've really had to defend your relationship with this person. And for someone to convince you that something's not right or that your gut feeling is accurate, that's going to be tough to do. And you're going to really need support from a number of people as to to be able to see clearly as to what is going on. And I want to talk with you for a moment about discussing this with your pastor. A pastor can many times be a great help in this, to be able to give you guidance. And especially if you're in a marriage and you're afraid that this might lead to divorce, or you're afraid that you are wrong, that you're responsible for how your husband is treating you, a pastor can help you with this. But please be careful, because some pastors are not really in a good place to understand the manipulation and the abuse that can go on in a relationship, in a marriage, toward women especially. So just be aware of that, and make sure you the main point is to make sure you have plenty of friends who are helping you to see clearly. My second tip for you to be able to check your gut feeling about someone, whether it's accurate or not, is to know the signs that point to this person as not being trustworthy. And the first one of those, one of the signs, is if when you are feeling that anxiety and you're kind of pursuing the other person to find out, is this what's going on? Is this really happening, what I think is happening? And instead of them being able to listen to you and to help you, instead they turn it back on you and they accuse you of being bad in some way, that you're crazy, that you worry too much, or that you're always focusing on the negative. That is an excellent sign that something is wrong in this relationship, and is a good indicator that you cannot trust this person. The second sign is that the person that you care about, that you are confronting, isn't showing signs of care for you. They don't really care that you're upset, and they kind of just, like I said, push it back onto you, and they don't try to comfort you. They don't try to help you in the anxiety that you are experiencing in the relationship. And then the third sign is that they are not taking responsibility to repair the lack of trust that is there. that maybe they admit like, yeah, well, I did this, but I didn't do it like you thinking that I am. Whatever the infraction is, whatever it is that they have done, if they have caused this break in trust. And so they need to be the ones who repair that trust, who go out of their way to do what it is that you need in order for that trust to be repaired. Not what it is that they think needs to be done, but what it is that you need. And then my third tip for checking to see if your gut feeling about someone is accurate or not is to acknowledge your level of desperation. That really is going to play into how you are viewing what is happening. Because if you are fearful that you are never going to be loved, if you are fearful that something is wrong with you and that no one could accept you, if you are fearful that you are never going to have enough money to be able to live on without this person, or if you are, desperate to find a father for your children, then that is going to cause your gut feeling to be off kilter. You are not going to be able to see clearly without being able to recognize how that desperation is playing into what it is you allow yourself to see or not to see. So, we have looked at how that gut feeling about someone is formed, and we've looked at 3 tips to be able to check to see if that gut feeling about someone is accurate. And now I want to totally look at you and encourage you to get healing for yourself, healing for your self-image. Because when you have been in a relationship where there has been abuse, where there has been manipulation, there has been repeated lies or repeated infidelity, all of that is going to tear down your self-esteem. It's going to cause you to believe that something is wrong with you, that you're not acceptable, that maybe even you're crazy, that also to believe that you're unlovable. And all of this, as I've said, is going to play into your ability to trust your gut feeling about that next person who might be coming into your life. And so I want to tell you about my Mastering Emotions program. I would love for you to get into that and get some help, because this is exactly what I do with the Christian women in this program. It's not counseling. It is a video-driven program with activities to help you apply it to your life. There's a private forum to get feedback from me, to get support from the other women in the community. And we also have bi-weekly group calls where you can specifically ask me how this applies to your life, and I can give you guidance all along the way so that you have a professional training in this and also support and professional guidance from me. And you can find that at arenewedlife.com/private-community-info. But For now, I did tell you I have a free offer for you, and I want you to check that out. And it is a list of 50 ways that you can keep healthy boundaries. When you are insecure about your gut feeling, you also are unclear about what healthy boundaries are. And being in any type of abusive relationship is going to bring so much confusion about boundaries. And so many people have found this helpful. I hope you'll take advantage of it. You can find that at arenewedlife.com/50-ways-to-keep-healthy-boundaries. 50 ways to keep healthy boundaries. Get your copy of that and let me know what you think of it. Have a great day.